Hello, I have 111 commander decks, and that is too many. Every single day, I'm going to take a look at one of them, and I'm going to decide, do I cut this deck, or do I keep it? Alright, so, this guy is Lazav. So this is Lazav, Familiar Stranger. He's a 1/4 for 3. Whenever you commit a crime, you put a counter on him, and then you can exile a card from a graveyard. If you exile a creature, he can become a copy of it until the end of the turn, and you only do that once a turn. So you can actually get really big if you either like copy a big creature, or you're doing that every single turn, even on your opponent's turns. His counters start to add up. And so our deck is, of course, mainly about committing crimes. So things like Ghost Vacuum, targeting cards in the opponent's graveyards, that's going to be a crime. That's really easy on demand. Just tap this artifact. You have a lot of ways to mill that commit crimes. So this one's kind of the opposite, where whenever you commit a crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. So as we're doing all this stuff, our opponents are milling. We're getting like good cards in the graveyard. Our Lazav might be copying something good or just be getting big. And then the final piece of this deck is we play like really big creatures with activated abilities. So something like Jin of Infinite Deceits. He's a 2/7, but mainly you're playing him for this tap ability. That's where most of his power is, where you get exchange control of 2 target non-legendary creatures, which is really fun. You can kind of like mess with people's synergy pieces. So really cool card. But most of its power is in that activated ability. So if Lazav becomes it, you don't mind missing out on like a trigger or something. You get most of its power just from its activated ability. Things like your Having Goal Lich, when you cast cards from graveyard, he gets their activated abilities, which is kind of cool. You get an extra swing at it. Ko steals activated and trigger abilities, so you're doing things like that. Arcanus is another good activated ability. You tap him to draw 3 cards. So obviously if Lazav becomes him for just a turn, you can tap him, get your cards. And yeah, that's what the deck mostly does. Sort of this like activated ability, control, get this guy to tap to kill a creature. And then Lazav gets it pretty cheap. So the best card in this deck, hands down, has got to be this guy, Chinese Necrotic Ooze, who has all the activated abilities of cards in your graveyard. So you get a ton of cards in graveyard in this deck, and then this guy gets like 50 activated abilities. He'll get like Asmodeus's pay 3, draw 7, and you don't have to have his like downside clause above. You just draw those cards. So yeah, really cool deck. It all works together in a nice way. So I enjoy it. The one issue is that since all your like big creatures are just tapping and not swinging, it takes a long time to kill people. You're kind of nickel and diming them out of the game. And so I'm not sure if I like that like full control, slowly nug them down play style, because I think, it's a little boring for opponents if they just can't play any creatures because you just keep killing them. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I cut this one or keep this? I'm on the fence.